This is a vocabulary review for Unit 5, starting on page 48. Classify living things. There are many different types of living things. We classify them according to characteristics that make them similar or different. Different types of living things. We can classify living things into these groups: animals, plants, fungi, and microorganisms. Animals can move, but they cannot make their own food. Some animals, like mice, chickens, or snakes, have a spine. They are vertebrate animals. Other animals, like flies, worms, or starfish, haven't got a spine. They are invertebrate animals. Plants. Plants cannot move, but they can make their own food. Some plants, like apple trees or roses, have flowers. Other plants, like moss, do not have flowers. Fungi. Fungi cannot move and they cannot make their own food. Some fungi, like mushrooms, look like plants, but they aren't. Fungi can be mushrooms or molds that appear on certain foods when they are spoiled, like shown in this picture here of the bread that has grown mold, so the bread is now spoiled and you cannot eat it. Microorganisms. They are very small living things that we cannot see without a microscope. Some microorganisms make yogurt, but others produce illnesses. We can classify living things into 4 groups: the animals, vertebrates or invertebrates, plants, fungi, and microorganisms. Our dictionary. Spoiled. When food goes bad, is moldy, and we cannot eat it. It's no longer edible. Breed. This is another word for reproduce. Offspring. This is a word for young animals or plants. Example: a baby giraffe is the offspring of a mother and father giraffe. Species. Species is a group of living things that can breed together and have fertile offspring. Sterile means you cannot breed or reproduce offspring. Words associated with fungi: remains, spores, mushrooms, filaments, hyphae, edible, poisonous, molds, decomposing, decomposing matter, penicillin, yeast. Species. There are many different kinds of dogs. Although they look different, they can breed together and have fertile offspring. This means their young can reproduce. This is why they all belong to the same species. Horses and donkeys look similar. If they breed together, their offspring are called mules. But mules are sterile. This means they cannot reproduce. This is why horses and donkeys do not belong to the same species. A species is a group of living things that can breed together and have fertile offspring. Page 50. Fungi. Characteristics of a fungi. Fungi are living things that cannot move and they don't make their own food. They feed from the remains of other living things. Most fungi live and grow in the ground. Fungi do not have an ovum or sperm. They reproduce from spores. Fungi spores are released onto the ground, and when there is the correct temperature and amount of water, new fungi form. Types of fungi. We classify fungi into 3 groups. Mushrooms. You can find some fungi on the ground that look like filaments, called hyphae. Mushrooms grow from the hyphae. Mushrooms are the reproductive part of a fungus that release spores. Some mushrooms are edible, but others are poisonous. Molds. They live on the remains of decomposing matter, of living things. Molds are also hyphae, but they don't produce mushrooms. We get antibiotics, like this antibiotic here. We get antibiotics like penicillin from some molds. Yeasts. These fungi are not hyphae and don't produce mushrooms. We use some yeasts to make bread or cheese. Our dictionary once again. Remains, dead body. Filaments, thin fibers. Edible, you can eat it. Poisonous, causing death or illness. Decomposing matter, parts that are breaking down into smaller pieces. Page 52, microorganisms. Microorganisms are living things that are very small. We cannot see them even with a magnifying glass. We can only observe them with special instruments that let us see very small things. These instruments are called microscopes. Microorganisms are microscopic and we cannot see them at first glance. Bacteria. Bacteria are the smallest organisms and you need a microscope to observe them in detail. They are so small that more than 1,000 bacteria can fit on the head of a pin. There are many types of bacteria. Some are beneficial, like the ones that turn milk into yogurt. Others are harmful because they cause illnesses. Doctors treat illnesses caused by bacteria with medicines called antibiotics. Bacteria and microorganisms. Some are beneficial and others are harmful. Beneficial means that it's good for you. Harmful means that it is not good for you. Page 53, viruses. Some illnesses, like the flu or AIDS, are caused by viruses. Viruses are microscopic and we need special electronic microscopes to see them. They are not living things, but they can produce illnesses. Doctors give us vaccines to avoid getting illnesses caused by viruses. Viruses are not living things, but they produce illnesses.